Horses coming into the parade ring for the first of the thoroughbred races today. Looking forward to this, as we are each and every contest. Rather a bit of deja vu with this one. Black Pearl, myself and Darren were talking the runners to post yesterday when Black Pearl was running. Ran all right as well 24 hours ago. A fair fourth to the Magnificent Luna in the sprint. Goes back up in trip. Plenty of history at this distance as well. So we'll see how this one goes. Black Pearl turning out again very quickly.
Number 4 is a Black Shadow, light Black Pearl, trained by Paul Smith. He's also responsible for the big player in this race, Phoenix. But this is Black Shadow, number 4, Chased California. That was a week ago over the slightly longer trip of 1,600 meters, beaten 2.5 lengths by Black Shadow, by California on that occasion. So this is Black Shadow for the Paul Smith Yard, winner of 4 races.
We drop back. It's a small enough field, so we've got a good look at all of them. And this is the one that many will want to feast their eyes on. This is Phoenix, who is a very, very exciting domestic horse. 5 wins from 6 starts and is developing into a top-notcher. Now, that sole defeat came at the hands of Realm in the domestic Crown Prince's Cup in January. Realm we're going to see a little bit later on in a fascinating face-off with the Derby winner. And the interesting thing is this horse could have gone down the Derby route and we wouldn't know necessarily whether he would have beaten Barak. But he atoned for that defeat with, and then some, with a brilliant success last time out. He's the pick of the weights. He's a class act. I think he's just getting better.
So that was the favourite on the international markets, number 2, Phoenix. We're moving on to Ez Al Bahrain, number 5, one of the outsiders on the international markets, but in pretty good form coming here, pretty consistent of late as well. Just turning the clock back to December, 2 second-placed efforts and 2 wins on the board for Ez Al Bahrain. Beat Call of Duty last time over 1,400 meters. Ez Al Bahrain, number 5, looking well.
Yeah, there's a few horses running, I think, in our nightcap later, race 8, who were behind Ez Al Bahrain last time. So connections and supporters of horses
nightcap later, race 8, who were behind Ez Al Bahrain last time. So connections and supporters of horses nightcap later, race 8, who were behind Ez Al Bahrain last time. So connections and
the competition on show today. There is plenty, but according to the markets, not much in this race. So we'll find our next couple of horses. That includes number 1 with Stefan Lajage going down the chutes to mount up on California. Stefan gave 2 really good rides in different styles to win yesterday. Tomahawk and also Dubai Bling winning the final sprint series race. California has got a fantastic record, 7 wins from 17 starts, and started this season flying, winning the first 2. 3rd in the domestic bred King's Cup on this card last year. He's a great horse, won last time, but it's that remote second to Phoenix 2 starts ago that would worry you. Look at that shot. We've got some very creative team, haven't we?
Very arty, wasn't it?
Very arty.
Very arty. We like that. Number 6 is a social distancing. This is a mare, Hussein Asghar, board for Yusuf Al Buain. No wins for a long time for social distancing. That's the thing that really strikes you about this horse. No wins in the book since November 24. Incidentally, back in 2024, this horse was on a roll, winning several times on the bounce. Most recent effort was it was last week, finishing 4th behind California, Black Shadow and Dick Dastardly. That was in a domestic grade 3 over a mile. That is number 6, social distancing.
It's quite a neat field, isn't it? I'm looking forward to it, but it does centre around, we've got lovely local horses. California is a standing dish, is a class act in his own right, a good horse, but if the international markets are telling half the story, ally that to the form and the ratings, then this is a 1-horse book. And we're really quite excited to see what Phoenix can do. I know when I was there, yourself, you were calling on the day in the Crown Prince's Cup back in January. underwhelmed a bit, I thought, on that occasion, but it was last time when that performance of real quality came to the fore that you thought he's no flash in the pan, and he's a very good horse.
And as you were saying, Nick, this is a horse who could have taken Barak on.
Yes, exactly.
In the Derby. But is that not trip related?
Possibly there would be an angle with that. I think you've just got such a young, developing, a horse full of potential that I'm just excited to see kind of what level we're looking at. And it's quite interesting to map out the quality of the domestic horses with this fella. I know that Barak, I remember the communication after the race from Neil Callan. He was very excited. He said they'd seen him as a Derby horse from quite some way out. So it might just be that Barak, who was dominant that day, would have beaten all comers. But
they did go down. They did go down the 2,000-meter route, of course, with Phoenix. But
does that worry you about
coming back now to this comfortable trip?
Does that worry you going forward with that horse? Do you think he will just end up being pigeonholed at this sort of distance?
Is that a worry if you can win races at this?
Well, I don't know. It's quite nice to be able to stretch out when you think about some of the quality races going forward, and maybe being a King's Cup horse in a year's time and having another go at the Crown Princes next year. The horses that are going to, go down in local folklore, perhaps.
We always want more in this game, don't we?
I do. I think you learned that yesterday, didn't you, Lee? I think that's what we're guilty of that in the UK as well. Yeah. We have very good Guineas horses, 1,600 metres.